If you are the GM, the planning lead, or the person who has to walk a board packet, this is for you. Mooney, co-op, public power, joint action. IOU, size does not save you. When FERCNERCDOE or the RTO moves, someone in your shop has to say what it means here. That someone is you. Here's the dream in one sentence. You get a letter PDF a GM can finish. You can examine it, explain it, and defend it in a rate case, a capital plan, or a board packet. That is not what most shops have right now. What they have is a pile, a news alert, a 40-slide deck nobody finishes, a consultant who quotes a quartile they cannot source, and a docket clock that does not care that your staff is already covering 2 desks. So they subscribe to more feeds, because it feels like staying current. That is not intelligence. That is a news dump. A board does not vote on a headline. You have already tried the 3 usual things: a clipping service, a conference recap, a research shop that will not name the source. Each one feels productive. None of them answers the only question that matters. What do we do with this, in this utility, this month? So here's how we solve it. 1 letter. Not a feed. We call it the RTO intelligence briefing. 12 executive briefings a year. A letter PDF, not a 16:9 deck. Not a news dump. Here is the mechanism, because a report is not a reason to believe. Each issue is grounded in primary sources, FERCNERCDOE orders, EIA, and the operator sites. We do not invent dockets. 1 finding per page. The title is the insight. What happened? What is going on? What it could mean for a muni or co-op shop. This is not a breaking news feed. It is not a legal opinion. It is not a substitute for your counsel. It is a letter your leadership can actually finish. Let me walk you through what you actually get. First, 12 issues a year. Archive included. Internal distribution inside 1 utility. No automatic renewal. If that was all this was, you would already be ahead of a clipping service. But that is not all. Next, the shape of the letter. 1 finding per page. The title is the insight. So a GM can read it. A staffer can trace it. A board packet can carry it. Then the source stack. FERCNERCDOEEIA. The operator sites. We do not invent dockets. Your team can follow the citation. Then a live example, so this is not a brochure. The August letter is 12 pages. 6 large load 206s in abeyance. The 205s are still due the 16th of November. That is a clock a GM has to staff, not a headline to collect. 12 issues, 1 utility, $5,800 for the year. Most people hear $5,800 and think another subscription. That is the wrong comparison. Compare it to walking into a board, a rate case, or a capital plan with a headline you cannot source. 1 bad packet costs more than this letter. If the letter is real, $5,800 is cheap. If the letter is a news dump with a logo, $5,800 is expensive. That is why we walk the stack before we say the number. $5,800 is not the expensive option. An unsourced board packet is. Now the rest of the door because it is a different product. Do not buy it by accident. A custom benchmark is not the monthly letter. It is 1 leadership decision. You tell us the decision, not a research topic. We scope the question, the evidence, the timeline, and the starting investment before the work begins. 10 to 16 pages. 3 to 7 days. Peer panel named. Source verified so your team can trace it. No invented quartiles. Starts at $7,900. You can examine it, explain it, and defend it in a rate case, a capital plan, or a board packet. We will not invent a quartile. We will not put a customer count on this film. We will not call this legal advice. What you get is a letter a GM can finish 12 times a year with citations your staff can check. If you license it and it is not that, email sales@epgsolutions.services and we make it right. If you want the monthly letter or you have 1 decision that needs a custom benchmark, email sales@epgsolutions.services. 1 ask. Then stop shopping the news.